Hi there, how are you? Jamie from the JMT Mind Gym. As always, I hope you're keeping really well. This video is directed at the business owners of the world, but it's also relevant across the board. Think of this as a big brushstroke. Take from it what you may, but I think it's quite applicable across the board in terms of the bigger message. Now, it's about business owners go into businesses and they feel like they own the business. But in my experience, I think it's a bit more the other way around. The business owns them. Now, this is about how to get your life back. How to have a bit more of a life by design rather than a life by default or by duty. A life where we're truly living our best life in and amongst that business environment. Because ultimately, business success, it really shouldn't cost us the quality of our life. Now, I've learned this the hard way, and I mean that sincerely. I worked myself absolutely fucking broke, which is paradoxical. That's not why we go into business. We go into business to get a bit of quality of life, bit more money, bit more freedom, and to do a lot of the things that we want to do. But a lot of the time, the consequence and the cost of that is we don't. The business ends up owning us. Now, I'm going to start very quickly. Anybody that knows me knows I talk a lot about values. Now, values can be seen as the most important thing in our life, the highest priority. These are our standards. And us as human beings, we all have a unique, individualized set of priorities, things that are important and things that we value. And oftentimes, if we think about it really logically, right, and you just water this down and think about just observing our lives, our day-to-day interactions over the last, from today back even 3 to 4 weeks, our life is demonstrating what we value, what's important, and what's our priority. So whilst our calendars might be filled up with things that reflect our business movements, the structure, systems, and framework of our business, intrinsically and innately, we are doing everything we can to automatically move towards what's important and what's a priority. Now, where the consequences here, where the trap is that we start to get a bit resentful, we start to get a bit shitty, we start to get a bit dissatisfied when we're not doing what's most important to us. Now, the people that fucking get this, the business owners that get this and they live their life in alignment with what's most important, what's a high priority, what they value, they are living the life by design. They're living a fulfilled life. They're going to work all the time with a spring in their step. They're excited, they're energized, they're vitalized, they're resilient, they're adaptable, they're innovative, they're creative. They can fucking roll with whatever punch is coming along because they're living that life by design, not that life by default. If you're experiencing frustration, hesitation, procrastination, it's a pretty good indication that you're not living in alignment with your values. So a lot of business owners come in here and they tell me about time and they're squeezed for time and time's the problem and all the pressure. I don't have enough time. It's like you don't have a time challenge. You have a values and priority challenge. Same in relationships. If people are bitching and moaning and kicking off about the partner because they don't have enough time to do what they want to do, it's ultimately because we are subordinating don't know what it is about that word, not a big fan, but that's essentially what it is. I think it's my military background. Subordination always sounds, like that hierarchical, bureaucratic system that I came from. So yeah, but that's essentially what it is. Duck quacks. It's a fucking duck. So subordinating to others, to what's important to them, to their values, your partner's values in business, in life, and not living your own. And that will eventually start to breed that dissatisfaction. So if you think about it, your calendar, it will very much be reflecting what you value. So here's how we do it. Here's how we start to take our life back. Because what tends to happen in business, right? And you can think about it. You get pricks like me that are coming along telling everybody what they should do. This is what you should do. This is what you gotta do. This is what you ought to do. This is what you fucking need to do. This is what you must do. You know, you must have a cold plunge in the morning. You gotta get your journal out and fucking write down what you're grateful for. Make sure after that you have a black coffee. Don't eat breakfast straight away because we're fucking intermittently fasting. Make sure that you meditate. Make sure that you have the cold plunge. Make sure that you're exercising. For fuck's sake, you gotta get your 10,000 steps and only drink water today. Make sure that you do your breath work during the day and make sure you journal at the end of the day too. It's also really important to do some mobility, flexibility and some stretching to keep you supple and buttery, because if you don't do that, fucking hell, you're not going to win the day, buddy. You're not going to win the day. You're not going to have the perfect fucking life if you do that. And God forbid if you even consider having complex carbohydrates or a few 100 grams of fucking highly processed foods, because that's going to fuck you right up. So don't do that. And the poor business owner that's sitting on the other end of the Zoom call or in this office here, they're sitting there thinking, fuck, I've just inherited another fucking job. That is a full-time job to do what this prick thinks I should do, could do, gotta do, must do, need to. Bananas. That there is called imperative language. And imperative language means that it's coming from somebody superior that is not you. Okay? If it springs to mind and you're like, I am going to go for a run in the morning. I am. So that is indicative language. So that is different. Imperative language is somebody else. Indicative language is us. And it means that that's what we want to do. That's important to us. And this is the setback and the drawback of not living in alignment with our values. We'll start doing all the shoulds, the coulds, the gotta, the must, the need to, the have to, fucking ought to. But that's not necessarily what you want to do. Now, I suppose the problem here, like the problem that is, the root cause of the problem is a lot of people don't know what they value. A lot of people don't know what's important to them. And whilst I do want to go on and on and on about values today, and I think I will touch on a little bit more, that's a big topic of conversation. Because here's the thing, right? I'm encouraging you to get your fucking life back. Don't let the business take it from you. And the way we do that is we put self before others. We start looking and getting curious and investigating and taking an inventory and being a bit of a fucking detective on what are our values and what is important to us. Because I don't want to sit here and go, hey, do my routine. This is my routine. I want you to help you. I want to help you and guide you to understand what the fuck is your routine. What could you put in your routine for your life by design, not your life by default, to get your life back? So, first things first, you got to understand your values. What are your values? Now, there's a number of ways of doing this. And again, I'm going to put a link in the show notes in the YouTube description to my video to the values determination process, which was created by Dr. John D. Martini. You can go to his website. I believe my video is a bit more comprehensive and a bit more detailed. Is that right or wrong? Don't know. But you can jump on there and you can do that. Now, another way you can do it is you can write down, think about the context of your life. Write down 10 to 20 things that are most important to you in your life specifically, not anybody else's. So once you've got that 10 to 20 numbers, we want to whittle that down to 5. So you've got to go from, anywhere between 10 and 20 down to 5 and look for a hierarchy. What's number 1? What's number 2? What's number 3, number 4, number 5? It's not a reflection on how much you love or don't love anybody. It's essentially where your attention's going and what's a priority and what's important. It's really, really imperative that you tell the truth. Don't write down what you think your fucking wife wants you to write down. Don't put what the fucking overbearing husband wants you to put down. You just put down what's important, what's a priority. Then from that 5, you're going to whittle it down to 3. Once you've whittled it down to 3, then you have your top 3 priorities, the top 3 standards, the top 3 things of high importance. You essentially have your 3 values. Now, when you have those, you have what's most important to you. Now, when you look at what's most important to you in your life, and then you look at your business, are they making out? Is there time in the day when if they're not, you are living a life by duty and a life by default. You're not living a life by design. Now, this sounds a bit wanky in the sense that it's like, oh, that's fucking easy for you to say, etc., etc. And, it kind of is in a way, but how I got to where I am, because I currently feel like I'm living my best fucking life. Now, it wasn't always that way. I got this advice from David Neath, world recognized and respected mental performance coach, one of our first catch-ups together. He supervised me for nearly 3 years, mentored me. One of the first conversations we had was we need to start moving towards the life by design, not the life by duty, not the life by default, because that's what I was doing. I was wondering why I was taking the odd sick day and fucking, life's a bit of a drag. Even though I was essentially living a pretty good life, I was going down the wrong pathway enthusiastically. And so one of the first things we did is we identified my values, and then I realized immediately, okay, this is why I'm hesitating, procrastinating, getting frustrated in work, because there's not a lot of what I actually value in here. And over the course of about 12 months, I went from 100% personal trainer, gym owner, to realizing that my values were hardwired for mental performance, high performance, mental fitness, performance psychology. And whilst fitness and health was a part of it, it was I suppose the lower value out of the lot. The higher value was education, learning, teaching, research, fundamentals of business, performance psychology, as I mentioned earlier. So one of the first things I had to do was start to re-engineer, reframe, reconstruct the framework and scaffolding of my business and of my professional life. Now, as I methodically and pragmatically did that over time, I found I was getting much more excited to go to work. Work wasn't I didn't feel like the fucking business was owning me. I was actually feeling like I was owning the business. And I could appreciate the moments where I was doing things that were actually really important to me in amongst my workday, getting fucking remunerated for it and paid for it. And then I thought to myself the other day, Jesus Christ, Jamie, you are living your fucking best life, buddy. You are actually kicking ass and taking names and living a very fulfilled life. And it's no surprise that the people that work with me and the people that are around me are getting the best version of me. And I thought to myself, well, fuck me. If I can do that, then there is fucking hope for humanity. Is it easy? Yes and no. It's actually quite simple. It's just the application and the practical applicable steps to do it is where the challenge is. And I want to share this with you step by step how to do it. Step 1. So step number 1, and again, this is not business advice, because I don't want to tell you like, oh, you need to do this or you need to do that. You don't need to do a fucking thing. The only thing you can possibly consider implementing is what's important to you and what you value, and moving your life progressively and compounding towards implementing these things in your business. So you own the business and the business doesn't own you. Step 1, audit yourself. What are your values? What's most important? Either jump on the YouTube clip or do the little task I suggested earlier. That's step 1. So audit. Step number 2, alignment. Go through, remove all the fucking I should do that, I got to do that, I need to do that. Where are you subordinating in your life? Fuck that right off. Move that immediately. Immediately. But, and step 3 is compound it. Do it, add small little deposits in terms of moving the calendar, moving the agenda, adding some things that are important to you and that you value, given some consideration and think time to what those are. Move those things, small increments. Not everybody can get up in the morning and, like I did, not that I did this, sorry, but it's a good example, get up and go, hey, fuck, I'm a personal trainer. And then go, you know what, fuck that, I'm a performance psychologist. Like, things take time. Things take time. And so making those little deposits of change in the little, I'm going to take my business back piggy bank, eventually that's going to become a biggie bank. It's no longer a piggy bank, it's a biggie bank. And you're going to, those little micro deposits of change moving you closer towards what's important to you will become macro outcomes, and your life will never be the same. You will take your business ownership back. You won't be rinsing yourself going home with the fucking absolute life force skull fucked out of you. You will be in charge of your success and loving every step of it. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that was a semi-decent video. If you have any questions, please reach out. Would love to hear from you. And also remember, find out what your values are and start moving and designing your life to actually support, enhance, and fulfill your experience. Don't have the life by duty or by default. That's fucked.